was playing games, and they were responsible. Juan O'Savin came on my show a couple of days ago and talked about it, emergency broadcast, and said that the Iranians were probably responsible for anywhere from 25 to 50 million, that's million people dying. So do you think that it might be a good thing that they, play this little game so they go in and like hammer down and like basically take down that problem? Yeah, absolutely. So let's move on and look at some other things. If we look at President Trump, he says, I'm going to lead a movement to get rid of mail-in ballots. And also, while we're at it, highly inaccurate, very expensive, and seriously controversial voting machines, which cost 10 times more than accurate and sophisticated watermark paper, which is faster and leaves no doubt. Basically, we're the only country in the world that uses this. So we're going to stop it. At the end of the evening, as to who won and who lost the election, we are now the only country in the world that uses mail-in voting. All others gave it up because of the massive voter fraud encountered. We will begin this effort, which will be strongly opposed by the Democrats because they cheat at levels never seen before. So he's saying by signing executive order, because we've talked about how he was going to do this, to help honesty to the 2026 midterm elections. Remember, the states are merely an agent for the federal government in counting and tabulating the votes. They must do what the federal government, as represented by the President of the United States, tells them for the good of our country to do. Now, we have already seen that for the first time in history in Colorado, the governor there has refused to release Tina Peters, who was given a presidential pardon. This has never happened before in our history until now. All right. So just recently, that Democrat governor in Colorado is saying, well, maybe I'll release her. Maybe you better, right? So it's getting to that point. It's getting down to the wire where his government may be, seized by military forces. So will the Democrats allow this non-mail-in voting and, allow people to like watch poll watchers and so forth, good poll watchers from both sides? Because in some of these Democrat states, they made Republican poll watchers leave. And then when they came in and people came in to what they wanted to watch the counting process, they put up, cardboard. You guys remember that? All right. So we're not going to have that this time, guys. I think that in these Democrat states and cities, they're going to refuse to do the right thing because they know if they do the right thing, they're going to lose. So they're going to fight this. And we're going to put probably military in those areas to monitor it and make sure it happens. So that won't be necessary all over the country. Some states will adopt it. Some cities will adopt it, and some won't. And those that won't will get F around and find out. All right. So this is coming. It's moving in a direction. So President Trump is moving a lot of things in the right direction. Now, for Iran and Hamas and Hezbollah and some of these other Venezuela, some of these other countries, China, we're going to see basically funding cut off from them. All right, we're going to see a starving of the beast. All right, a starving of the beast, and then we're going to move in and take them down while they're at their weakest. So starving of the beast, and a lot of these Democrat cities like Minneapolis, like we're starting to see, we're taking away their money. We're starving them. All right. They don't have the money. They starve. And then people don't play along. All right. And when they lose a lot more of their base, like they're doing, some of them being shipped back to countries where they belong, and some of them going to jail, and some of them just, being pushed out of the election process, right? So as we continue to see that, we'll see an attempt to do something radical, right? Something radical. And that's one of the reasons why you don't see, excuse me, people being arrested on a massive scale, which they need to be, because they have their ways, right? That they can make things very difficult for us. All right. So what we're seeing in Iran right now is they've gone like, I think 16 or 17 days straight where everything has been shut down. The people are on the streets, basically pushing back. They are now, and have been for a little bit now, for maybe a day or two, they are hunting all of the people of the Islamic regime that are still trying to kill them, right? Or being part of a process that had killed them in the past. They're being hunted down and massacred, right? So they're killing a lot of these people. I've talked about this. We don't want that to happen here in America, but it is a possibility and probably will happen in some of these deep blue cities, right? Where people will be hunted down, dragged into the streets, and basically chopped up, right? Or, hung or whatever's going to happen, right? That's what's happening right now in Iran. Now, some of you are like, oh, how horrible. Oh, how horrible. For 47 years, they've been pressed on, right? They're tired of it. And so a lot of us here in America are tired of it, right? And we've been putting up with it for a long time as well. Not as extreme as they have. So we won't see that kind of extremity everywhere. But it is a very strong possibility. Some of these Democrat states and some of these Democrat cities that resist going forward as everything gets exposed, and they continue to resist, like Tim Walz and some of these others, and what's their mayor there, Fry or whatever his name is, is going to get fried, right, by the people, right? So I say, if you're on the wrong side of this, you need to get on the right side and start to expose so people can see that you're on the right side of being on the bad side for a long time. Now, like some of these people in Iran, they know they don't stand a chance. So they're fighting. They're fighting to the end because they know if they give up, they're going to die. They're going to be, they're going to end up being executed or worse. So they're going to fight to the end. We're going to see the same thing, some of these Democrat cities, guys. We'll see some of the same thing is going to happen with some of these, Democrat leaders, and not just Democrats. I don't pick it just Democrats, but of course they're the worst offenders at this point. But there are, rhinos. They'll probably face some of the same, problems as well going forward. So a lot of people are resigning. They're trying to get the hell out of there. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She just recently resigned. There's a lot of people, not just at the high levels, but a lot of people all the way down the line into a lot of these cities at the county level that are resigning because they know that their time is up. And we're seeing a massive resignation from a lot of people right now in Congress and some in the Senate and throughout every city. Going forward, you're going to see resignations where people are going to try to get the hell out of the way before they get wrapped up in this extreme reveal. And if it won't matter if they're part of extreme problems, doing very bad things. They will be hunted and they will be found and they will stand justice. All right, one way or the other. All right, so we're moving very quickly, very rapidly in that direction. Now, we're going to see in Iran, we're going to see the United States and Israel basically go in and hammer the hell out of them through air power, right? And every form of air power is probably going to come in. Right now, I guess Khomeini, their supreme leader, has disappeared. Everybody's saying that he's in a bunker somewhere, like Saddam Hussein and all those other people. We get bunker busters, right? So bunker buster will dig down and find everyone, all right? that's hiding out. Now, I'm going to, put this out. I've already put this out that I saw there was possibility that Israel would get bombed. And I saw a nuke type device, although I don't think it's a nuke. It does have that kind of explosive potential. Somehow they get an aircraft through or some kind of missile through and cause some serious destruction in Israel. I predicted this a long time ago. So to head that off, because right now the last of the Iranian holdouts that are being basically controlled by the deep state are saying they're going to attack U.S. bases and Israel if America and Israel come in and attack them. Right? So that's going to happen. We're going to attack them. It's going to happen. All right, on a massive scale and probably multi-day, day and night, hammering away at the last remnant of this atrocious extremist Muslim group that's been controlling Iran for 47 years. All right, so this is the beginning of the end of all of these radical Muslim groups, guys. Right? They're already on the downside, as I've talked about with Hamas and Hezbollah. They're all, hammered at this point, almost to non-existence. ISIS in Syria just got hammered by the U.S. That'll continue until they've been disappeared. So those jets and everything that are hammering those guys in Syria can easily go down and start hammering the bad Iranians. All right, so they have to be very surgical strikes. Of course, we have that capability. We have the capability of doing a lot of things at this point. Now, before I touch on the Israel thing, let me pull up this one little listen for you guys that you're gonna like. You're gonna like it a lot, and then I'll go into detail about this. This is a capability that U.S. Special Forces do have. Right, I have had this capability when I was in. Now we're looking at, 20 years ago. Now, the things that we were doing as far as like breaching, explosive breaching, and so forth, there was no one that touched us. We were decades and decades ahead of everybody else, right? And I promise you that's continued forward to this day. And on multiple weapon system platforms, we had incredible capabilities all the way back, 20 years ago when I was involved in, the Panama invasion and all the stuff that I did. Now I want you to listen to this take right now.
A security guard that was protecting Maduro has spoken, and you got to hear what he's said. It's in Spanish, but I'll translate. Also, Trump announced that, the cartels, they're going after him in Mexico. The whole vibe of Latin America has changed because of what happened in Venezuela. And now that we're getting firsthand accounts from people that were there, the soldier says they didn't hear him coming.
All right. So they didn't hear him coming. How about that? And there were no surface to air, systems that seemed to be working. There was no one seemed to know that they were there, and they just kind of showed up. Just before they showed up, he's going to talk about what happened to those guys on the ground.
He says the Americans had technology superior to anything they've ever seen. Everything that they were using for radar, for anything, was completely taken offline. They had drones, and the drones were taking out bases and taking out things faster. They didn't have no technology. They've never had to fight against drones. He also talks about that there was only 8 helicopters. There was only 20 men that were sent in, and those 20 men killed hundreds of their men, and none of those soldiers were injured. He talks about it felt like they were firing 300 rounds a minute.
All right. So a minute, that would be kind of slow, but they're probably a lot faster than that. But because I can do I was doing 3 headshots in a second, guys. So, and a lot of the guys, I wouldn't say a lot, but there were several guys that were at that level. I was a freak, of course. So, but you know, who knows? Maybe all those guys are at that level now, because that was 20 years ago. So, you know, the technology, the weapon systems are far more advanced than what I was involved with back then. So it is a possibility that all those guys went in. If you have surprise, you can do amazing things. When you have violence of action, like he's describing right now, where they come in and they're just obliterating anything that's a threat, right? Obliterating it, just boom. And everybody's like that. It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot, right? So 20 guys, you know, 300, 600 rounds a minute, right? 1,000 rounds a minute. It's possible, right? So everybody extremely well trained, firing at a high rate of, you know, taking out target after target. You do a headshot, guys, and you do the headshot correctly, go into the brainstem, that's lights out. There's no more nerve action. Somebody could be pointing a weapon at you, getting ready to pull the trigger. You hit them in the brainstem, and there's no trigger pull, right? Unless it's already started, right? It's already started, and then you hit the brainstem. You know, it's still moving. That's a possibility, but it sounds like these guys were on the jump. Now, listen to other things that happen to the potential targets on the ground that we're going to resist.
Nothing they've ever seen, nothing that they can compete with. And then he also talks to the fact that the Americans had some kind of sonic shock boom that was sent out, and everybody immediately started bleeding profusely out of their nose. They couldn't even gather themselves because whatever was sent at them made them fall to their knees and vomit blood out of their mouth and out of their noses. They were incapacitated immediately. He says he never wants to go through that again, doesn't want to have to fight with the Americans again. He's sending warnings to everybody out there that you think you can fight the Americans, you don't even know what their weaponry is like and what they're capable of. 20 men took out hundreds, and that's starting to spread all through Latin America. And now they're not saying, if you want me, come and get me anymore. They're like, oh shit. Especially after Trump says, hey.
Yeah, you know, even after this takedown of Maduro, who was just like Noriega, you know, Pineapple Face with his machete was like, you know, come get me, Americans. Well, that happened. He ran the first night. He ran like a little scared chicken, and he hid away in the Catholic Church, and they protected him, but not for long. So eventually got him. All right. So Maduro, you know, talk smack. That's machismo, Latin machismo. That cost him as well. He could have had, like Juan said, he could have had a nice island vacation for the rest of his life, but he chose to, like, you know, screw you, America, you can't get me. And now he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. Now, the other one in Colombia, he was talking smack there at first too, even after we came in and got Maduro. And I guess the information started to spread, you know, how badass America is. And he's like, yeah, I'd like to come talk to you, President Trump, and we can work something out. All right, so you're going to see a lot of that. Now, President Trump has just recently said the same thing to Cuba. He's basically warning Cuba, we're basically taking everything away. We're taking away every money source you have, because they were basically, you know, raping Venezuela. They were taking their oil for free. They had a bunch of their people there that were running the whole country. That's done. And now Cuba and the evil Cuban, you know, dictatorship that's been ruling that country for a long time, even longer, they're about ready to go bye-bye as well, right? And President Trump has already warned them, give up now or you're going to face the same thing. So this is what's going to happen in a lot of these places. Same thing's happening right now in Iran. They're talking smack, and they're effing around. They're going to find out, right? And this is going to happen all around the world, right? Down in Australia, they're still playing their games down in Australia. They're going to get spanked, right? Anybody in New Zealand want to stand up? I don't think so. Let's go over to South Africa. The threat's already there for South Africa. You guys are spreading terror all the way through and raping, literally and figuratively, everybody in Africa. You're effing around. You're gonna find out. You give up too. You stop your bullshit, or else we're gonna come and get you as well. So this is what's happening around the world. President Trump's not effing around, and mineral resources and so forth that we need to defeat some of the other countries that are very strong still, like China and Russia. They're probably going to still continue to play games. We're basically going to go and get the minerals and oil and everything else we need. Of course, those countries that have those, we're not going to rate them like the deep state did. They're going to do well. They're going to find out the good side, right? They're going to not F around. They're going to find out perfectly how amazing working with the United States can be, because the deep state is not part of the United States anymore, right? President Trump is also going to inform the WEF. He's not going to the WEF, the World Economic Forum. He's basically going to send them a message that you guys surrender now, and if you don't, you're effing around and you're going to find out. All right. So this is the way it's going to be all around the world, guys. So God's hand is at work all throughout the world now and is moving very quickly. And all of the evil that's out there in all the places that I just said and described are going to find out. Now, even here in the United States, guys, we're finding out. Now, I just had Eric Holt on, former fire chief who uncovered coordinated election misconduct. You guys, if you haven't seen this, please go watch this. It's very, very insightful and informative of how evil Colorado and many other states, all the way down to the county level, are. They destroyed this man's life. This guy is a hero on many different levels and destroyed his life. Now, I want to thank many of you that came in and contributed to him, because he's basically going against them and he's going to destroy them, right? But he's one guy. Now, I've had a lot of people on like this. You guys know Sean Taylor, Alpha Warrior. Those guys came out of the woodwork. We helped them. We promoted them. And both of those guys are doing unbelievably great work. I think at some point, Eric Holt will probably do the same thing. It's probably not, they destroyed his career. Probably not going to be able to go back and do that again, although he loves it. He dresses, he's got the mustache of a fire captain from the old days. It's pretty cool. Really good guy. So please go watch that. If you can't contribute, $5, $10, whatever. We've had people that have come in and contributed. And both of he's got a Gibson Go and one of the other ones. So he's got two different ones. Somebody has come into both of those and given 5,000 and 2,000. Of course, I gave, and I always give to all these people, right? And I know a lot of you guys do too. If I call it out, it's like, let's help this person. You guys jump in. Let's help Eric Holt take down the deep state, guys. All right. Let's help him. Right. He needs the help. He's put a lot of his money out there. He sold his house. He got his life destroyed, lived in a trailer with his daughters. It's crazy. So, he's doing the right thing, and they come after us that do the right thing. And so please go watch that. And if you can, like I said, contribute, right? Because it does make a difference. And if your contribution is a prayer, that's good. If your contribution is a share, that's good, right? That's all you can give that, right? It does make a difference. All right, so let's go a little bit deeper. Let's go into Tosi TV, Tusi. He's come a long way. He's done a really good job. He's another guy, that is revealing, and he's doing it in England. I'm very surprised. They have not come and knocked on his door and taken him away. But fortunately, they have not. And, let's hope that he can continue revealing on the level that he is.
Welcome to Tusi TV. This is your global news channel. I'm Maya Tusi, and something extraordinary is happening inside Iran. Yes, we are now in the day 16, I believe. People are still out. They have retaken multiple cities, including most of Tehran, the capital. The IRGC forces who continue to shoot at innocent civilians have retreated their forces from a number of towns and cities. And President Donald J. Trump, the White House, confirms that they will be sending support to the Iranian people. We're going to discuss all this in this live report. We have a lot of videos that are coming in now from inside the country. Of course, big shout out to Elon Musk and Starlink. And of course, we're going to get your reaction live as you.
All right. So, of course, the regime tried to, they shut down all the internet so that none of this information get out. They knew this was coming, guys, because 2 months ago, Elon Musk and some other people, probably on the ground, some good CIA, yes, they do exist, and good Mossad, yes, they do exist, have been involved in getting a lot of the Starlink antennas and satellite, information to the Iranians, so that when this went down, because this is part of a bigger plan, remember, right? Going all the way back to October 7th, that they would be successful in sharing that information to inspire the world. Now, you haven't seen this on, except on this show in Tusi TV, you haven't seen any of this. All right. I've been following this. Of course, I've been following this and been impacted by this for decades. So it is very important that the Iranians, take their country back. And I've been predicting that they would. And here it is. It's in the 16th day. President Trump and I think Israel are going to come in and start bombing the old regime targets that are they're coming in. I guess they're killing massive amounts of the Iranian people like they normally do. That's their modus operandi, or operandi if you're speaking in Latin. And that's what we're going to see going forward. We're going to see, they're going to try and turn this back around and come in with a heavy force like they have in the past, but they're way behind the power curve right now. And the Iranian people are basically taking over lots of different cities. So I think we're going to see, a failure of that system. But there is the possibility that they could use something catastrophic, because they have been not using nukes, because I know that they have nukes. I may or may not know about that, from my days in the CIA. But they, as I've heard from the grapevine, right, they have nukes, and they didn't use the nukes because they knew that people would not like that. So they've kept away from that. But here they are, about to be completely taken down. So you can expect that they're going to use them if they get a shot at it. I don't think they're going to get away with it, but it is a possibility right now, guys. So when Trump and Israel, America and Israel come in, they're coming in with everything. And I've seen a lot of reports where they're basically moving a lot of aircraft into this area. They may even move in secretly some Delta guys. You never know. And, that'd be great. Now, you're probably wondering, well, where are the SEAL teams? Well, the SEAL teams are basically out there in the ocean taking down a lot of these ships right now. And some of them you don't know about, I promise you. But I can guess from the operations that I was involved in the past, and some of the stuff that's been leaking out, that the SEAL teams are basically really taking down some of these bad ships out there, and that have a lot of this technology that Israel could use. Now, where could that be coming from? China. All right. So the bad guys in China. So we're going to still see, the possibility of, some very dirty deeds going forward. So I think the white hats are aware of that. We've seen, excuse me, we have seen the Doomsday plane, I guess, take off. It's the first time, somebody said it was like the first time in like 50 something years that the doomsday plane has taken off. So why would that be? I would think that it could be because of Iran, and the bad guys. All right. So the bad guys here in America that still have some of those nukes out there, guys, they're out there. I've heard about that. Right. I've been told by other sources, over time, that they're out there. So Juan has come in and talked about that as well. We know the nuke sifters have been involved for like 4 years now. They've been out there. A lot of the guys that basically Monkey Works and some other people that basically follow the different aircraft that go up there. These nuke sifters have been very involved in America for several years now, during the Biden administration and still to this day. So it is a threat. It's something that we all need to be aware of, that they would do, and in a desperation move, they would use the nukes and blame it on somebody else, right? They'd use the nukes and blame it on Russia, right? Obviously.
So let's get on with the show. Let's get on with the reports, and of course, the capital. Let's start in Tehran first. It's insane. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. More people have now joined. And I'm going to explain why this is happening, by the way, because this is not really just about the fact that they are absolutely angry, they are done, they want to get rid of the regime, obviously. But there are a couple of very important reasons, a couple of very important individuals who have actually helped it. Go to Tehran, look at the crowd. They've retaken their city. Wow. Insane numbers. This is just one area. Look, it goes all the way to the back.
All right. So this will be Americans in the streets doing this when the Democrat Party is completely gone, right? So it's not going to be easy to get rid of them, just like it's not easy for these guys to get rid of their deep state guys. All right. So, yeah, lots of very positive things are happening in the world. I know I'm talking about the Democrats, of course. I talk about all of the political baddies in America and the political baddies all over the world, whether it's, like I said, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, we're going to in Cuba, Colombia, Mexico. We're going to see Brazil. We're going to see these baddies basically be taken down, guys. All right, it's going to happen everywhere. So more than 500 people killed in Iran as government cracks down on protests. Now, from reports that I've seen from other sources of people, they're saying there are thousands of Iranians have been killed. So we're right on the cusp of America and Israel moving, I believe. It could happen tonight, or at the worst, latest, maybe tomorrow, or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the people, will overcome the problem on their own, through their own wherewithal. I think they're going to need help personally, but we'll see. Now, Iran threatens counterattack on Israel and U.S. bases. They threatened United States counterstrikes in the event of a U.S. attack in support of the nationwide protest movement against this authoritarian state leadership. So, like I said, will the people be successful and take them all down themselves? I know I've seen that they're basically seizing weaponry and so forth. A lot of the, not a lot, but there are police and military that are basically turning away from the Islamic State, and some of them are getting involved in actually taking them down. So I believe that's happening. So we may see the Iranians basically take care of this on their own. But I know President Trump and Israel are watching this. My feel is they're going to get involved, right? We'll see. And prayers to them if they do. So let's go back in time. Let's look at Arab Spring. The Arab Spring did not lead to significant protests in Iran until later. The Iranian Green movement in 2009, which was influenced by the Arab Spring, sought to address issues like electoral fraud and human rights violations, but ultimately did not achieve its goal. And why would that be? because Obama didn't back them up like he did there spring, right? So they were probably just like, those Navy SEAL Team 6 guys that went in and got Osama bin Laden, and then one of their aircraft went down, killing a group of Navy SEAL Team 6 guys in Afghanistan, a very suspect helicopter crash, which, I guess I've talked to people where it came down through RPG attacks, and it was an aircraft that normally the Navy SEAL Team 6 guys don't get on. So very suspect everywhere, all around. Who would have put them on the aircraft? So somebody high up in the SEAL teams, or maybe the admiral. I don't know. But anyway, unfortunately, that crashed. Of course, not just the Navy SEALs died, but the air crew on that craft died as well. I heard that it crashed alongside a mountain, rolled down the mountain, burned profusely. They couldn't get in it. They couldn't get to it. And then it rained, started raining, and it was in a gully, and it flooded. So, geez, it's like, and then, they said we just, cremated everybody. Well, everybody was already cremated, right? Whatever was left, I guess they cremated. So very, very suspect on that, guys. I don't think we're going to see any Delta helicopter crashes, guys, or any SEAL Team 6 or other SEAL teams helicopters crash, right? Those days of manipulation from the deep state are gone. The reason why Delta came in and was so successful, and why the SEAL Team 6 and other SEAL teams and other Navy units are basically very successful in taking down and destroying the boats and aircraft and so forth out there, is because I believe the bad military has been removed, right? Has been found out and has been removed. A lot of those guys resigned as well, and went off to leave their lives of wealth, because they went and worked probably for corrupt companies, and that'll be found out as well, and they'll be shut down as well. But I've seen this over time. I think a lot of that stuff is getting exposed and being taken down. So, all right, so let's go back even further in time to 1953. Iranian Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh was overthrown in a coup orchestrated by the CIA and MI6, the bad MI6 and CIA, right? With corporate interest, and they took down. That's why, on a certain level, they didn't trust America, and why they wanted to hit America, because we took down their prime minister, and everybody knew, right? Everybody knew. And so that when the 1979 revolution happened, they remembered that. So they talked about how the Shah had killed 100,000 people during the protest. Well, it actually turned out to be like maybe 1,000. So now we're looking at the protest happening, and that's what they're calling it, protest. It's a revolution that's happening in Iran right now. Of course, the lamestream, deep state media is not reporting, or if they report, they're saying, oh, it's just a demonstration. They're demonstrating against their ruble fell and blah, blah, blah. No, it's a revolution. Of course, it's a deep state that did this, but they're saying, yeah, there's like 500 Iranians have been killed. I think it's thousands, right? So it's the same system, guys, in reverse. So the mainstream, lamestream, deep state media is, for a long time, hasn't reported on this at all, even though it's on its 16th day. They're just starting to wake up and say, because people like me and Tusi TV and other people are basically broadcasting this, and people are like, whoa, what's going on? And so this is monumental, what's going on, actually. And So when we broadcast the right information, they try and tear it down and take it down and twist it like they've done everything, like the COVID-19 lie that they did, everything, guys. So why and how this media is still in existence is going to be revealed, I guess. Let them continue to spread lies and disinformation so people can see, just how evil they are. President Trump, when he first came in office, was talking about how evil they were. And everybody's like so shocked. It's like, how could he say that about our press? Freedom of speech. You can't do that. And of course, now everybody's seeing, except for the extremely consciously corrupted MK Ultra, they're pretty much done. The press is done. Hardly anybody watches the press anymore. So that's the way it is right now. So so will the good CIA and the good Mossad and the good MI6 please stand up and get involved? I think they're doing it. So and they don't have a choice. They either do or they were basically taken down. All right. So right now we're seeing an all-time high in silver, high whole silver away. And what is it at right now? Let me see. I'm looking at it. It's like way up there. So I know it's like all-time high because I see it past the former all-time high. So right now it looks like it's around 83, 43, and it was a little bit higher. I think it hit 84. So it goes over 84. So I think tomorrow it goes over 84, 84 to 95. This is going to be a zone it's going to be in for a little bit. 84 to 95, and then eventually it's going to push through that. So it'll go up and down, you know how silver does. And so we're going to see $100 silver, I think, within a couple weeks, and then a little bit higher than $100, and then a lot higher in February. All right, we might see 150, maybe 175 to $200 in silver, an ounce in February. By the middle of the year, I predicted it would be 250. I think by the end of this year, it'll be $500. In next year, it'll be 1,200 or more. And in maybe the end of next year or in the beginning of the year after, we're probably going to see $2,000 silver. That's right, $2,000 silver. Now, at some point, we're going to see $20,000 gold, right? So $2,000 silver, yeah, and a lot higher silver, actually, I believe, going forward. So this is the way of the silver revolution and economics, which is destroying the big bad banks, right? Baddies. The baddie banks are getting crushed all over the world because they were trying to control silver, because silver basically exposes their fiat currencies, right? Which are basically going to go bye-bye. All right, so I'm looking at it. What is it? What is it right now? It's going to go much higher, but right now it is. Come on, show it to me. All right, it won't show me. But I'm looking at it. It looks like 83, almost 84. So now what else? What else we got? All right. Stocks are signaling that another commodity super cycle is afoot in 2026. Of course, we saw one for silver and gold and platinum and palladium and all the other precious metals. Massive super cycle last year. And they're predicting this year, I predict this year, it's going to go much higher, much, much higher. So will Wall Street continue to go up? Maybe not today, but I believe it's signaling that it's going to go up. Now, keep an eye on crypto. If crypto crashes, which is not looking so good, but I think crypto is going to go up. I think the stock market's going to go up. I think silver is going to go up. I think oil is going to go up. Although I think it'll be somewhat suppressed because President Trump is bringing in cheap oil from Venezuela. That'll start to come in here pretty soon. It's already coming in. So I think Chevron has had a deal that I got into last year, thanks to Biden, or was it Biden? Because Biden was never there anyway. But anyway, there was a deal with Chevron, and Chevron has been importing Venezuelan oil, and I think it's going to continue. And I think the Venezuelan people are going to be very happy but they're going to have a period where they're going to have to get rid of all of the Maduro holdouts. They're threatening the people. And I think that we may have to go in there and do a little cleaning of the house, but we'll see. So keep your eye on crypto. Is crypto going higher? Possibly. Now, January, the end of January, 27, 28, 28th will be the Federal Reserve's decision on cutting rates or holding or raising. There's no way they'll raise it. And I don't think they're going to hold. I think they're going to cut again, 25 basis points. The next time they meet will be March, 6 weeks later, middle of March. I think they cut again. So we'll continue to see the stock market get its crack. That crack is basically lots of money and cheap money, because we're seeing a lot of places it's not so cheap anymore. And with silver going up, it's going to get, it's not going to be so good for the dollar. But if you're in silver, that's great. Now, of course, Kirk Elliott is a guy that I have that I've been recommending for a long time. You want to have silver on hand. All the coin dealerships around this country are finding it very hard to, keep silver in the, if you can find it, get it. All right. If you have the money, go get some. And if you don't, then, figure out some way to get something, right? So some kind of silver, something. And another way to get silver is to go into the ETFs, SIL and SILJ, right? Both of them basically do stock returns. So I think SIL just paid out, I think it was almost $1 a share. And SILJ, I think, pays out 55 cents a share. So I got a nice little extra bonus that I reinvested. So it's basically an income source. So you put your money in the stocks and you're basically going to get income from it, right? They're going to do, dividend payouts. So that's another good reason to get into that. It's a diversifier, but ideally you want to have a big chunk of your IRA or retirement in depository. All right. And then you want to have silver on hand, a nice chunk. And then the third is the ETFs. Now you can also go into ETFs for, I have several ETFs and many different, but, stay with those. All right. I think those are going to be the best. All right. That's all I got for tonight. Stay in the love vibration. One other thing. California declared drought free for the first time in 25 years. Where am I at? Right on the border of Nevada and California. So consciousness does have a good thing. So California right now is the only state of all the states. I didn't look at Alaska. Maybe Alaska's drought free too. I don't know about Hawaii. I'd be willing to bet that Hawaii is in drought in a lot of areas, but California is drought free, and they said it would never be drought free ever again. And here it is. When Mike comes back into the area, it goes drought free. Consciousness, it's good. All right, especially when you connect with God consciousness. And I know a lot of you guys did it too. So good job. Good job, Californians. We brought, lots of water. And also the snowpack is at 150% already. So it's got more coming. I'm sure of it. All right, we'll see. All right. So, going forward, stay in the love vibration, tap into your God consciousness, stay intuitive. Don't be in fear. Don't be in anger. Don't be in any of that nasty stuff that the deep state wants you to be in. And we're going to defeat them. All right. Lots of love. Stay in the love vibration. I'll see you next time.